This is Geometry, Semester 2. It's the 5th unit, Circle, Angles, Arcs. And it's the 5th lesson within that 5th unit, Chord Length Practice. It's on creatormath.com. It's under the Geometry tab. Here are the instructions. Copy the following problems into your composition book on the correct pages according to the table of contents with the notes for those pages. Don't forget those. Those are in a separate link on the table of contents from these problems. It's on creatormath.com under the Geometry tab. So as we've talked about before, this being the 5th lesson in this unit, there are different parts to a circle. Let's see if we can summarize them here. Here's a circle. There's the radius r. There's the diameter d. There's a circumference, which is around the circle, otherwise known as perimeter of a different type of shape, but circumference when it comes to a circle. The actual circle itself is the dots that make up the circle here, the set of points in equal distance from the point called the center. So if you put points all around here, that's how the actual circle is formed. And so now my pen is on the circle. In here, this area inside is not the circle. This is the circle right there. Then we have things called a chord. A chord goes from side to side, not through the center. And it's spelled chord, right? We pronounce it chord. We have secants. Secants go from one side through the other and extend out. Oftentimes you'll see them in pairs, going like this and meeting at a vertex called an angle, right there, or an angle called a vertex. What else do we have? We have tangents. Tangents run along the circle and touch the circle, but do not cross over it. And they are at a perpendicular orientation to the radius of the circle. So if a tangent runs here, tangent touches, but does not cross over tangent. And this angle here is 90 degrees. So look at the notes. There's a lot of stuff in there over these 5 lessons. Now we're getting down to some different aspects of chords here. So given the following intersecting chords, so a chord here and a chord here, they're breaking it up into 2 segments. A segment from here to the intersection of the chords, from the intersection over to the circle. And same here. So 4 pieces we're looking at, 4 segments of 2 segments. If A is 10, so let's label it. If A is 10, B is 3, A, B, here. C is 5. What is D? This is question mark or X to me, right? I guess we could leave it D. The only problem is mine start to look like a 6 when I start writing D's or other numbers. Not sure what numbers my D looks like. Anyway, I'm going to try to change it to an X if I can. So they tell us how the relationship of these intersecting chords, what the relationship is between them. The formula for finding the lengths of intersecting chords is A times B equals C times D. This segment times this segment will equal this segment times this segment. So all we have to do here is go 10 times 3. So we're going to set up 10 times 3. It's this one here, comes here. And we said this one is, I can't read my writing now. What was C again? C is 5. I drew it right on the line. C is 5, so then we have equals a 5 times the x, right? So 5x equals, interesting. So they gave us the setup. They filled it in. 10 times 3 equals 5d. This is the one it is. They also gave us 6 as the answer. Let's go ahead and do the algebra. This would be, we're going to divide both sides by 5. What we do to one side, we do to the other. 5's gone here. The x is isolated or remains alone on that side of the equation. That side being a center line down the equals. The left side over here is, we could do it several ways. We could say 10 times 3 is 30, divided by 5 is 6. You might go 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. We'll get the same answer either way as long as we did it right. Simple one-step equation there. All right. Same problem, same relationship. We've got a 4 times a 3 equals a 6 times an x. 4 times 3 equals a 6 times an x. I don't really need parentheses there, but maybe I will just to show 6 times x is one side of the equation, 4 times 3 the other. So 12 equals 6x, divide both sides by 6, x equals 2. So they gave us the original setup, 4 times 3 and 6 times x, and x equals 2. This one here, and I don't know if we circled it, we checked it. Let's circle this one. Remember on my sheet, it comes out the first answer is the one that's right for me, but on the actual question set in Schoology, it'll randomize those answers. So you'll have to search and choose the correct answer. Given the following intersecting chords, find the unknown value. Hint, they give us the relationship again. Ah, look at this. This even looks more exciting. Here's a chord. Remember, chords cross from circle to circle, but not through the center. The center of this thing's somewhere in here, right? They're not passing through the center. That's what makes it a chord rather than a diameter. With that said, we have 3 times 8, and maybe I'll do this side. We'll keep the x's on the left, so we'll do 2x times 4. 2x times 4 equals 3 times 8. 3 times 8. And that's following this right here, the a times b equals c times d. 4 times 2x is 8x equals 24. 3 times 8 is 24. Divide by 8. What you do to one side, you must do to the other. 8 over 8 is 1. 1 times x leaves you with x. Remember, our equation is divided down the center. On the right side is 24 divided by 8, or 3. So we've got 2x times 4. So we didn't actually have to solve it to get this right. By the way, these 3 dots right here, in math and other subjects, 3 dots means therefore. Therefore. So you don't have to write the word therefore. You can do 3 dots. So the equation's this. Therefore, we set it up like this. Therefore, x equals 3. That's maybe the better way to read that in case you're wondering, what are these 3 dots? It means therefore. It's a symbol. Given the same situation, we're just setting it up just like this, I think. Oh, sorry, I guess I should read. A equals 10, B equals 4, A, B equals 4, C equals 5. What is D? Question mark. So 10 times 4 equals, should be. Hey, all right, there you go. Thanks for that. And you can watch the video too, just in case. And remember, I'm doing next week's right now. This isn't even this week. So you can actually be working on your stuff this week for this week if you want, okay? Or you can watch, it's fine too. And I appreciate that, thank you. So 10 times 4 is 40 here, 5x on this side divided by 5 divided by 5. 40 divided by 5 is 8. This is 1. 1 times x is x, so x equals 8. And therefore. So we're going to circle this. All right, so make sure to match up the names. I've been as careful as I can be matching the video names with the practice set names, all right? So you're going to match up Geom semester 2, unit, circle, angles, arcs, number 5, lesson chord length practice when you do these. And it's on creatormath.com under the geometry tab.